Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Virare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajana Ranjana Oh Yashoda Nandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Virare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Oh Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajana Ranjana Oh Yashoda Nandana Vrajana Ranjana Oh Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Virare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Virare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Oh Yashoda Nandana Vrajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vrajana Ranjana Oh Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Virare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Jaya Radhe. Jaya Panchatata 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 Jaya Panchatata. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya 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 Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Oh Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo. Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Shri Shri Panchatattva ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai, ISKCON Guru Vrinde ki jai, Samavir Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Praesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Tadaraja Samo Bhava Kamalo Vadayaschaye Chaitayitana Vedam Sitam Suchi Prasidati. Hare Krishna. So, you are welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam. We continue from Canto 10, Chapter 7, Steps 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6, okay? So we're going to recite from Chapter 10, 47, Verse 4. Ishirada Madhava Ki Jai. Ten 47 4. Janimas Tvam Yadupatehe Parshadam Samupagatam Partreya Prishtaha Pitror Bhavan Priya Shikirshaya Janimas Tvam Yadupattehe Parshadam Samupagatam Bhatreha Prishitaha Pitror Bhavan Priya Shikishaya Janimastam Yadupate Parshadam Samupagatam Bharteha Prishita Petor Bhavan Priya Shikishaya Janimastam Yadupate Parshadam Samupagatam Bhatriya Prishta Petro Bhavan Priya Sikishaya. Please stand. Bhatreha Prishta Petro Bhavan Priya Sikishaya Ashadam Samubhagatam Bhartriya Prishita Petro Bhavan Priya Shikeshaya Janivasam Yadupate Parshadam Samupagatam Bhartriya Prishita Petro Bhavan Priya Shikeshaya Janivasam Yadupate Parshadam Samupagatam Bhartriya Prishita Petro Bhavan Priya Shikeshaya Janimaha, we know Tvam you Yadupatehe of the chief of the Yadus, Parshadam, the personal associate, Samupagatam, arrive here, Bhartra, by your master, here, Prishtaha, sent, Pritroho, of his parents, Bhavan, your good self, Priya, satisfaction, Shikashaya, wanting to give. Translation by the disciples divine. Grace HG Kavikarnapura Das May Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The Gopi said, we know that you are the personal servant of Krishna, the chief of the Yadus, and that you have come here on the order of your good master, who desires to give pleasure to his parents. Please repeat. Thank you. Ayata go braje tasya smaraniyam na shakshmahe sneha no bando vadunam mune hapisu dustyajaha. We see nothing else he might consider worth remembering in this cow pasture of Raja. Indeed, the bonds of affection for one's family members are difficult to break, even for a sage. Ayeshwartha krita maitri yavadartha vidambanam pumbihi strishu krita yadvat samuna suraiva sapadahi. The friendship shown towards others, those who are not family members, is motivated by personal interest, and thus it is a pretense that lasts only until one's purpose is fulfilled. Such friendship is just like the interest men take in women or bees in flowers. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that attractive women, like flowers, possess beauty, fragrance, tenderness, charm, and so on. And as bees drink only once of a flower's nectar and then leave it for another, fickle men abandon beautiful and devoted women to pursue other pleasures. This tendency is condemned here by the gopis, who gave their heart completely to Sri Krishna. The gopi wanted only to exhibit their charms for Lord Krishna's pleasure, and in the pain of separation, they questioned the motive of his friendship with them. These are the transcendental pastime of the Lord. Both Lord Krishna and the gopis are completely liberated souls, engaged in spiritual loving affairs. By contrast, our so-called loving affairs being perverted, reflection of the perfect loving relationship in the spiritual world, are polluted with lust, greed, pride, and so on. Like all the liberated souls, the gopis, and certainly Lord Krishna himself, are eternally free of these lower qualities. And their intense loving affairs are motivated exclusively by unalloyed devotion. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vistam Stavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Supadantigam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamanam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupa Sagradata Sagana Ragunatam Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padasagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitanscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Dagapate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sutidevi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpataro Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ayeshwartha Krita Maitri Yavadartha Vidamvanam Pumbi Srishu Kritaya Dvat Sumanusweva Saptapadai. The friendship shown towards others, those who are not family members, is motivated by personal interest. And thus, it is a pretense that lasts only until one's purpose is fulfilled. Such friendship is just like the interest men take in women or bees in flowers. So here, Shukadev Goswami describing this conversation between Uddhava and the gopis. Now the gopis already started talking to Uddhava. And here they are describing the loving affairs of this material world. Many of us already understood this. We know what it means. This loving affair in the material world, you know. There's no true love. The so-called love is lost. Because just like the gopis expressing here, until your purpose is fulfilled, you continue to chase after that woman, you know. Or maybe man or woman. You continue to chase. And sometimes maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, continue to chase. Once your purpose is fulfilled, I don't want you again, I want somebody else. You see? So this is material love, so-called material love. So the gopis are saying the same thing here. You see? So the so-called material love is temporary, which is called lust. So the only true love is a loving affair with Krishna. That is the only true love in this material world or in the spiritual world. And that is why here in the purpose Vishwanatha Chakravarti is describing that pure love is pure like gold. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned, Gopi Ganera Primera Rudra Bhavanama Vishuddha Nirmana Prima Kabuna He Kama. The love of the gopis is called Rudra Bhava. It is pure and spotless. It is not at any time lost. So this is the love of the gopis to Krishna. Pure. Rudra Bhava. Completely pure. There is no tinge of personal interest. That is why it's called pure love. There is no any tinge of personal interest. It's completely how to satisfy Krishna. How to please Krishna. That is what is pure love. Why in the second verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, why is it now compared to lust a little bit? Now let us hear that. Why is it compared to lust? Let's see. The love is so pure that it can be compared to lust. We are going to explain that. Primaiva Gopa Ramanam Kamaiti Agama Pratam Iti Udavada Yopi Etam Vachanti Bhagava Priyaha. So here is mentioned that the pure love of the gopis has become celebrated by the name lust. Why? Why is this? It's considered that the love is completely different from lust. Already, that is confirmed. And we already concluded that the love of the gopis is pure love. Now, why is it compared to be lust? The dear devotees of the Lord, aided by Uddhava, desire to taste that love. Why is it their love is compared to be lust? This is seemingly contradictory. In the previous verse, it is considered to be Rudra Bhava, pure, like gold. No tinge of personal. Why is it considered to be lust? So now we are going to explain that. See, when you have desire to satisfy your own senses, your desire becomes so strong. You are ready to do anything. Okay? You are ready to do anything just to please that your senses. That's the same thing the gopis
they do to please Krishna. Same thing. What we do to satisfy our own senses, which is called lust, same thing the gopis they do to please Krishna. They are ready to do anything, even to endanger their whole life. They don't care, just to please Krishna. That is why it is mentioned in the Shikshastakam, number 8. Aslisya bada pada pinasuma adasana mama atom karotuba yata tata dan tupa napanto matrana natastu sahibana parham. You are my Lord unconditionally. Whether you make my heart broken, or you are not present before me, or you break my head, whatever you like you do with me, you are my Lord unconditionally. That is pure love. When there is no anything, or even when there is a reason for you to give up, but you are not giving up, that is pure love. And that can only be found between the gopis and Krishna. Because in the material world, everybody is just thinking of how to please their own senses. And that is why the love of the gopis in this particular verse is considered to be just like lust. The pure love of the gopi has become celebrated by the name lust. You see, the dead devotees of the Lord, who ended by Uddhava, desire to take. Uddhava now is presently in Vrindavan. And he could see the loving affection, the attachment of the gopis to Krishna. You could see. He was witnessing that. And that is one, the song of the bead. You will see Srimati Radharani start singing the glories of the bead. Comparing, taking the bead to be Krishna. And he will be talking about Krishna. That is pure love. That cannot be found in this material world. No. If you are still looking for pure love in material world, you will not get it. That is why we should give all our love to Krishna. When you develop pure love for Krishna, then only Krishna cannot disappoint you. Because the so-called material love is temporary. In the olden days, there's what they call sati in the Vedic culture. Because of the Vedic culture, because of the culture in our society in those days, when the husband of a woman dies, the woman cannot tolerate, cannot stay. They cannot continue to live. She will prefer to enter into the fire and die with the husband. You know why? That is reflection of a pure love. They cannot tolerate separation. The reason is this, I will tell you. Because in those days, the culture is like this. The woman the woman meets only the man is going to marry to. Is the only man meet first in her life. And because of that become registered in the woman's head. And the woman cannot tolerate to be with any other man. And that is why when that man dies, the woman is ready to die with that man. But as time goes on, that pure culture was degraded. So during the early, this modern day, when the man died, they will forcibly want to push the woman inside the fire. So they banned the culture. But those days was voluntarily. The woman, they are ready to go into the fire. In the modern day, you cannot find that. Because why? Before a woman is married to a particular man, he has met many other men. He has met many other men. So because of that, it cannot be possible. So that is why you see here in this particular statement, it is because the pure love of the gopis is just like when one is trying to satisfy their own desire. So strong. When you are ready to try to satisfy your desire, you act so passionately. Same attitude is exhibited by the gopis. That is why their love is considered to be like a lust here. And in the next verse it is mentioned, describe this nature of pure love. Kama prema dohakara vibina lakshana lauhara himayache swarupe vilakshana. What is it saying? He says lust and love have different characteristics, just as iron and gold have different nature. You cannot compare them. Then he says in the next verse, Atmendriya priti vacha tare balikama Krishnendriya priti icha dare primanama. When you try to satisfy your whole senses, that is what is called lust. Krishnendriya priti icha dare primanama. When you try to satisfy the senses of Krishna, that is pure love. So when you try to satisfy the senses of Krishna, Krishnendriya priti icha dare primanama, that is called love. So when we try to satisfy Krishna, that is called pure love. Why? Because Krishna is love personified. He's the only one who can reciprocate our love. But the love of the gopis is so much that Krishna even declared to them. He said, dear gopis, your love is so much that I cannot reciprocate. That is the level of the love of the gopis. That is why no one in this world can be compared in the loving affection to Krishna on the platform of the gopis. They love Krishna so much that Krishna even declared to them that, I'm so sorry, even though I am the ocean of love. Sindhu, I am the ocean of love, but your loving affair, your loving devotion to me is so much. I'm sorry, I cannot reciprocate enough. Let your love be your reciprocation. Yeah, let your devotion be your reciprocation. Krishna declared, because it's so much. The loving affection of the gopis to Krishna. So now the gopis, they are displaying the same loving affection in the presence of Uddhava. They are showing Uddhava what it means to love Krishna unconditionally. This verse is a very, very wonderful verse because it shows the loving madness of the gopis to Krishna. You see? And that is why in devotional service, we are trying to cultivate the same principle. We are trying to follow this principle of the gopis. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us. The loving affair, the loving affection of the gopis, he has come to give us. He wants us to follow in the same footstep. This is not available to anyone in this world before. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us same. He has come. He has told us that just by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, gradually but sure, it's sure, gradually you will develop this same loving affection to Krishna. So sure, when you chant the names of Krishna, when you chant it with faith and affection and love, chanting the holy name of Krishna is bhakti, is devotion. Taking your time to chant the names of Krishna is the highest devotion you can perform. You take your time to chant the names of Krishna. All our endeavor is to develop our loving attraction for the holy names of Krishna, because Krishna's name is not different from Krishna. How much love you develop for the names of Krishna show how much you love him. Binatwam naminamino. Krishna is not different from his name. When you attentively and with devotion try to meditate and chant the names of Krishna, Krishna becomes present in your tongue. Prabhupada said, Krishna will be dancing on your tongue. when you chant the names of Krishna, because Krishna is not different from his name. Then gradually we will develop the same mood of the gopis towards Krishna. That is why our paramparam is so special. We are very fortunate to be in this parampara of Srila Rupa Goswami. That is why we are considered to be Rupa Nugas. We are very fortunate to be on this system. So let us spend our time. Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned in Nectar of Devotion, of Nectar of Instruction. We should gradually try as much as possible to spend our time in chanting the names of God. Because that is the perfection of life. That is what we are going to do at the end of our life, 24 hours chanting the names of Krishna. If you want to go back to that abode of Krishna and exhibit the same loving mood of the gopis to Krishna, you have to chant the names of Krishna. Haridas Thakur will chant the names of Krishna 300,000 times. 192 rounds. And Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, asked us to chant 16 rounds only. 16 rounds. That 16 rounds is 28,000. When you divide 28,000 names, that which is 16 rounds, by 300,000, it will take you 10 days to chant the name that Haridas Thakur will chant in a day. 10 days. Just imagine, he spent all his time chanting the names of Krishna. And that is why you see, because there's no any other devotion that is higher than chanting the names of Krishna. There's no other devotion. If you can do this, you don't need to do any other thing. If you can develop the deep affection for chanting the names of Krishna. That is why Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he took a vow. I'm going to chant 1 billion holy names. And for him to chant 1 billion holy names, he has to chant 300,000 holy names every day for 10 years. He did that. So it's very, very important for us to take our vow seriously of chanting the 16 rounds of the holy names of Krishna every day. If you are not taking the vow of chanting the 16 rounds of holy name of Krishna every day, the Papa says you have not come to the level of human being. Because we have taken a vow. What is that vow? To chant 16 rounds. And you are trying to avoid the chanting of 16 rounds. You are doing this, you are doing that, you are going there, you are going there. You see? So if we want to develop this loving affection on the platform of the gopis, we have to, every day is opportunity for us to develop attachment and affection for chanting the names of Krishna. We should not see it as work. Oh, I have to chant again. It's a work. No, you should see it as opportunity to associate with Krishna. Because Krishna is not different from Krishna name. It's not different from his name. Every time you want to sit down to chant, you see it as opportunity to associate with Krishna directly. You sit down and they try to associate with Krishna by being attentive with Krishna. Jiva Mutta Sahuchete. Whether you like it or not, if you develop this kind of consciousness, you're already liberated. It's just a matter of time. When the bodies will go, you're already gone. You take your time and try to develop your attachment to the names of Krishna. That is the pure devotion. There is no devotion higher than chanting the names of Krishna. You don't know what devotional service is? Devotional service means try to chant the names of Krishna with feelings. And that is why the acharyas, they have shown us. Srila Prabhupada told us, he showed us the power of chanting the name of Krishna. He was able to transform the whole universe just by the faith he had in the holy names of Krishna. That was what we used to transform everyone. The chanting of the holy names of Krishna. Because this Krishna's name is Chintamani. Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. This is Krishna's name. It's Purnam, Mukta, always transcendental. Binatwam Naminamino. Krishna's name is not different from Krishna. So if you want to develop this love of the gopis for Krishna, there is no alternative. You have to develop your affection for chanting the names of Krishna. Somehow, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur mentioned that if you are not chanting 64 rounds, you are a fallen soul. Patita. Eh? But because Srila Prabhupada is Patita Pavan, you see, Srila Prabhupada is Patita Pavan. Yeah, don't worry. You chant 16 rounds and follow the 4 regulative principles. I will take care of you. I will come personally to take you. Just like the followers of Jesus, they still have faith in Jesus till today. Similarly, we have to have strong faith in Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said, if you follow this simple principle, you chant the minimum rounds of 16 rounds and follow the 4 regulative principles, I will personally come and take you. We just have to follow. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur say, if you are not chanting 64 rounds, you are not you are falling. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that if you are not chanting 64 rounds, Krishna does not accept your offering. Just imagine, if you are not chanting 64 rounds, Krishna does not accept your offering. Oh. So if you are not chanting your 16 rounds, Krishna will not. Prabhupada has given us 16 rounds to chant. So if you are not chanting your 16 rounds and you go inside that altar, whatever you are offering, Krishna will not accept. Because you have to follow the instruction of the Acharya. You want Krishna to accept, you have to chant your 16 rounds minimum. Minimum, you have to chant. Then even before you put the food in the altar, Krishna will accept it. Because you are following the instruction of the Acharya. But ordinarily it is mentioned, Kropati, if you are not chanting 64 rounds, Krishna will not accept your offering. That is why one who is already chanting 64 rounds, it doesn't even need to offer. For you to chant 64 rounds. So let us take this vow seriously of chanting minimum of 16 rounds. Then engage in various activities during the day. Studying the scripture, going for book distribution, cooking. But still, that does not stop us from chanting minimum of 16 rounds, managing. If you're giving excuse why you are not chanting your 16 rounds, you're already in the grip of Maya. It's matter of time. Maya will eat you raw. It's a matter of time. We have seen many devotees in this movement. They have done so many wonderful activities, but once they stop taking their chanting very seriously, it's a matter of time. It's just like a fan that has stopped. Just like the same example is used for devotional service. That when you are engaging in devotional service, it's like when you switch off a fan, because although it's still rotating, but the simple reaction already stopped. Same thing also, same logic can be used once you stop chanting your 16 rounds. It's like you already switch off your connection with spiritual life, like a fan that is already turned off. It's a matter of time. The spiritual life will stop. It's a matter of time. So that is why, as a devotee, even though we are struggling with everything, let us try as much as possible to struggle by finishing our 16 rounds every day. If you want to be happy, you may pretend to be happy. It's okay. For how long? If you don't chant your 16 rounds. You may pretend to be okay. For how long? If you don't chant your 16 rounds. For how long? So we should try as much as possible to chant, even though we are engaging. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm cleaning the floor, I'm cooking, I'm doing this, I'm managing, I'm doing this, I'm in the altar. Try to finish your 16 rounds. Actually, Bhakti Vinodamodara Maharaj said, according to him, many of us don't fit in that standard. He said, if you don't finish your round before Mangalarati, you're falling. Maharaj is saying, if you don't finish your round before Mangalarati, you're falling. Maharaj, please, that is the standard. Yeah, that is why you see them, they remain the same. For many years, they will never change. One who is finishing his spiritual run, if you, no matter whatever plan, whatever you are thinking, negative thoughts you are having against him, it will remain the same as long as he wants to remain in devotional service. If he's chanting his 16 rounds. And for one who is chanting his 16 rounds before 7 a.m., no matter how you plot against him, no matter what you try, he will never fall down. But when you are struggling with your chanting, you don't finish your 16 rounds. It's a matter of time. That is why before I tried to avoid walking in the altar in the morning. Only when I came to Philippines. I tried to avoid walking in the altar in the morning. I spent my money to chant my 16 rounds. I love that. But now you are here, so there's nothing you can do. That is why, immediately after the morning activities, I want to finish my 16 round. Because why? If you don't finish your 16 round, anytime I don't finish, I don't know about others, maybe translator, but for me, if I don't finish my 16 round continuously for many days, I will be in trouble. I will be in trouble. You see? So, we have to follow at least the basic vows we have taken. If truly we want to experience this high level of devotional feelings exhibited in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the gopis, so that's why we are reading it. If not, there's no need. We are reading it so that we can understand what it means to love Krishna. Krishnendriya Priti Icha Dare Primana. To try to please Krishna's senses. That is the goal of our life. So I will stop here. If there's any comment or contribution, we will take it. If none, then we will stop. Hare Krishna.
Can you teach us how to, sometimes we would like to, our mood is changing. Sometimes we like, tomorrow morning I would love to chant early in the morning. And then the next day it change again. So what's the best way so we can train ourselves to become consistent?
Very simple. The day you take your sleeping hours seriously, that is the day you become consistent in your spirituality. You see? Those who are very strict, who are very serious, they take their sleeping hour very seriously. Because that is what will make your waking up consistent. When you sleep 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you can never be consistent. You can never. Because your body will disturb you. So, if you, let's say for example, you organize your life in such a way that every day you sleep by 9 o'clock, you'll be very spiritually strong. Because you cannot sleep by 9 o'clock and don't wake up by 3 or 4. It's as simple as that. So to be consistent, Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, is the only two things Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Eating and sleeping. It's the only regulation Krishna mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Apart from other things. If you can regulate your eating and sleeping, then you can become a yogi. If you cannot regulate these two things, you cannot become a yogi. You may just become a pretender. Pretending to be a devotee, to be a yogi, to be to be serious. We can pretend, and people can pretend for many years also. But one day, boom, everything will just, you see everything. Wow. Just, oh, where's that Prabhuji? Oh, you're already gone. He says, ISKCON is like this, my Guru is like that. He's already eating meat again. You cannot truly you cannot truly be sincere in devotional service and give up. You cannot. You cannot. The system, if you study the scripture, you are studying the scripture, you are practicing. No one has ever experienced this kind of high level of consciousness and want to give it up for anything in this universe. No. That is why in the Bhagavad Gita they are called Naradama. Because after experiencing higher things, they give it up. So they are considered to be the lowest of mankind. You cannot experience the higher things and give it up. It's not possible. So if we want to be consistent, if we want to be steady in our devotional practice, we have to be regulated in our sleeping and eating. Means that every day you sleep the same time. Sometimes very difficult to sleep the same time because when you have different activities that you cannot control. Like me yesterday, after finishing the altar, then you have to attend one meeting. If you don't attend that meeting 10 o'clock, which is going to stop by 11 o'clock, then you have to attend in the following morning, which is 8 o'clock, which I'm giving class here. Although I prefer to be in the morning one. So that is why on the Thursday, they do it same thing also, but I prefer to attend the Friday one. Because if you give me sleeping early and doing other thing, I would like to sleep early because also it rejuvenates your body. If you don't sleep early every day, you are just a dead man walking. You are creating so much problem in your body that you are going to be managing in your old age. Because when you don't sleep, sleep is a medicine. When you don't sleep properly at the right time, you are creating complication in your body unknown to you. God has given us 9 to 2 o'clock for resting time. What you get in your body, the rejuvenation you get in your body from that 9, 10 to 2 a.m., you don't get it when you sleep any other time in the day. You don't get it. You only get it at that hour. Because why? That is the peak of dark hour. In the day you cannot get darkness, even though if you try to create it. And that's what your body, gives. That period, you cannot get it any other time. So if you can sleep that time every day, 9 to 3 or 10 to 3 or 4, you'll be very healthy. That is the secret of our forefathers, because they don't have television, they don't have internet, nothing to keep them awake till late night. That is 8 p.m. 8 p.m. then we wake up at 2. There's no how you sleep by 8 p.m. and will not wake up by 2. There's no. Because your body has fully rested. Your eyes will open. Yeah. That is why it's always steady and serious. It can never fall to Maya. When you're steady and consistent and doing your chanting same time every day, it's not possible. I know. Okay, but I want me to. I know one brahmachari who was supposed to take a sannyasi. He was sent to Nigeria. He sleeps 8 o'clock every day. He will go and look all those who are very serious. Just go and study them. Go close. I can make this. Maybe that will be my next research. Yeah. It's going traveling around and making research and writing down. Go and look. All those devotees who are very serious in their spiritual life, they are very regulated. devotee, he will sleep 8 o'clock every day. Just like Bhakti Damodara Maharaj. No matter what Maharaj is doing, once it's 8 o'clock, he will switch off his phone. You cannot reach him again. You already know that you cannot reach him by 8 o'clock. You don't bother calling him or sending a message. You already know. You know his principle. So you follow. Oh, maybe somebody will call me by 10 o'clock. Oh, let me my WhatsApp be on. Because you don't have principle. That is it. You don't have principle. So you are still thinking somebody will send a message by 10 o'clock. Somebody will send his message by 11 o'clock. Because you don't have principle. Those who have principle, people study their principle, they adjust to them. You already know that this person is going to sleep by 8 o'clock. Oh, I cannot reach him. He's going to sleep by 8 o'clock. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. You already know his principle. That brahmachari was on the science list. So he came to Nigeria. 8 o'clock every day he will sleep. And he will wake up every day by 1 o'clock. Just like Bhakti Damodara Maharaj also. He will wake up every day 1 o'clock. He will chant from that 1 o'clock till Magalati time. When it's Magalati time, when they finish Tosi Puja, he's going to take a little nap so that he can function in the day. Once they finish Tosi, other devotees are trying to chant, he's going to take a little rest. Because he has finished his run, he's fully surcharged. He has already get the energy, connection. So that is his own way. Bhakti Damodara Maharaj is a little bit different. Maharaj, he will sleep by 8 o'clock, wake up by 1 o'clock every day. Same every day. He will chant from that 1 o'clock till 10 a.m. in the morning. Along with Magalati and all the activities. He will chant from that 1 o'clock till 10 a.m. in the morning. At that time, he will not switch on his phone. When he finished his activity, then he will switch on his phone. Then he's ready for the daily activities. Go around and see those devotees who are very serious in their spiritual life. They don't waste their night trying to do something else. They spend their night to sleep so that they can perform spiritual activity in the early hours of the morning. That is how to be spiritually strong. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samavit Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Yeah, Hari Bo.
Sleep. Pero anong oras mo ka nagigising? Before?